Can I be honest with you for a minute? Friend, you keep talking about trusting the universe, but you don't even trust yourself to drink the damn glass of water you said you would. You're out here begging for miracles, but you won't even keep basic promises to yourself. And what's so funny is we'll burn every candle in the house, we'll sage every corner, we'll charge our crystals under the moonlight and say our affirmations like we're casting spells, and still ghost the one thing that actually builds belief: doing what we said we were going to do. We want God, the universe, the angels, all of them to move mountains on our behalf, but we won't even move our 2 feet. We'll meditate on abundance for 20 minutes and then spend the rest of the day doubting every single opportunity that comes our way. And that's where the disconnect is. We talk about manifestation like it's magic. But even quantum physics backs the idea that energy amplifies through repetition. Every repeated thought or action strengthens a neural pathway. So technically, belief is practice, not poetry. You're wiring your brain for whatever you keep rehearsing, and that includes procrastination. The universe can't do the reps you keep avoiding. Manifestation starts where maintenance begins. Sugar, you're trying to manifest from a version of you that doesn't exist anymore. And that's the real problem. You're asking the universe to deliver to an address that you've already moved out of. Every single time you say, I'm ready for more, but keep operating from the old version of you, the doubtful one, the inconsistent one, the almost one, you're mailing a request from an expired identity. And energy doesn't get lost, it's just returned to sender. Your manifestations aren't missing. They're just sitting in the wrong door, waiting for the version of you who actually ordered them to finally show up. And here's where it gets practical. Psychology calls this identity lag, when your self-concept doesn't keep up with your growth. And that's why you can level up your environment but still sabotage it, or get a new opportunity but feel like an imposter the moment they arrive. The subconscious doesn't care about goals, it cares about familiarity. So your actions don't match the image it used to, it's pulling you backwards just so that it feels safe. And that's not fear of success, that's neurological homeostasis, your brain's way of keeping things predictable. And that's why so many people think that they're blocked. They're not blocked, they're just using the emotional coordinates of who they used to be. You evolved mentally, but you didn't update your emotional forwarding address. You've been out here trying to attract abundance with the same mindset that survives scarcity. Trying to speak confidence while whispering doubt under your breath. And the universe? The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to signatures. The energy that you sign each of your requests with is the only part it believes. And that's physics and psychology in agreement. Everything vibrates at the frequency of the identity producing it. When your self-image updates, your opportunities do too. So if you want something new, you've got to stop sending out signals under your old name with your old self. Update the identity and the blessings finally know where to find you. Most people aren't losing faith, they're misusing it. Somewhere along the way, we stopped practicing faith and started outsourcing it. It becomes less of a partnership and more of an entitled wish list. We keep asking the universe for direction and act like the homework that it sends back is optional. We say we want alignment, but skip the very steps that would have lined us up in the first place. Faith was never meant to replace responsibility. It was meant to reignite it. Think of it like this. Faith is Wi-Fi signal, but action is the device. You can pray all day, but if you're not connected to anything, nothing's loaded. Even in ancient teachings, they say the same thing in different languages. Faith without work is dead. Energy without motion fades out. Every culture has its own version of that truth. In scripture, it's written faith without action. In Buddhism, it's karma, cause, and effect. In science, it's Newton's law. Energy stays still until something moves it. Different language, same principle. Belief has to move. You can't think your way into a transformation. You have to behave your way there. The universe reads effort as evidence. It listens to consistency louder than prayer. Because energy, whether it's spiritual or scientific, needs direction. Without motion, it stagnates. And stagnant energy can't manifest. It just circles. So when people say nothing's happening, it's not that nothing's happening, it's that nothing is moving. And you're not unlucky, you're just underpartnered. So keep asking for a sign while you're sitting still and you'll get nowhere, but movement is the sign. Faith is not a wish list, it's a response system. It meets you at your point of participation. So the next time you pray for clarity, stop waiting for a whisper and check the direction that your feet are already facing. Because that's where faith has been trying to send you this whole time. Now it's time for quiet work. Write a list of old addresses. And these are patterns, identities, stories that no longer belong to you. The ones that still are getting mail meant for your old past self. And then write down a second list right next to it and call it new residence. That's where everything is going to be forwarded. New beliefs, new boundaries, new voice, new signature. And every day this week, choose one of those actions that proves you've officially moved in. Okay. And for this week's community homework, I want this to be a collective reset. So here's what we're going to do together this week. Pick one small act that represents movement. Something visible, something measurable. For some, it might be sending the email that you've put off. For others, it might be drinking the damn water. Go to the gym, finish the thing that you said that you were going to do, and then post it. Your movement moment. Tag it, #proof over prayer so that we can track this evidence together. This isn't about perfection. It's about proof. We're building a data trail of faith on motion. Have a great week, y'all. If this episode hit home for you in any kind of way, share it with somebody who might be in that same space. The one trying to move but still second guessing themselves. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe so that you don't miss next week's episode. It'll be just as good as this one and the last ones. We're building a community around truth, growth, and real change, one brick at a time.